And it should pop up in here saying we are live. What is up, my YouTube family? Hey, this is Seattle Black Veteran. You know who I am. You know what I do and know how I get down. And if you don't know it, you better ask somebody. No, we're going to get you on point. Okay, so today, and actually, I'm starting late. I'm actually looking for, because I want to get my analytics up on my screen here. And oh, it's just magical being with you people this evening. Um, it's all good. I hope everyone is doing wonderful. We're gonna slap in some while we actually tuning in here. I want you guys to have some time to get in here and actually see what I'm talking about, and let's see what we can do. Okay, so the topic of this is honestly is the importance of you budgeting your money. Now, we talked about a little bit of this before with the on the Seattle Black Veterans page. I'm trying to get to this here because of my videos. Here we go. And we talked about this. And what I always seem and I think is very important is that you focus on your money. Now, you've heard this and you probably really didn't believe it because it really didn't feel like it was happening. And still today, it doesn't feel like it's happening. And what I mean by that is a recession. All right. Now, I don't, you guys tell me how much have your gas shot up in the last 3 or 4 weeks in your area? And you haven't noticed it. Now, look, some of it gets paid on the first, some of it get paid on the 15th and the first. So we're talking about the end of the month and mid-month that a lot of us are probably getting paid by. Okay, as far as when we look at what are we doing as far as our money? What does that mean? So, okay, we talked about this, and I was telling my girlfriend, a lot of people will not tune in because this is information and not drama. So what I need to do is probably bring you some editing some houses burning down, editing some credit cards that are not being accepted, or even talk about how much you are spending out of your savings right now to maintain your cost of living. If you're not looking at how to budget your money, how to finance your money, no matter what information I give you, you're gonna still be subjected to living from paycheck to paycheck. Now, I've done that. Oh, good Lord, have I done that? Now I get once a month payments, and so I have to learn how to budget my finances during that month, the month payment. Now, dig the Seattle Black veterans have spent a lot of money on audio equipment, visual equipment. Oh man, I've been going through it. But one thing I would say after it's all done and said, we're going to ask you this. When you first get paid, do you pay yourself? Some of you might be going, what do you mean, do I pay myself? I take myself out to a club, I go out and get dinner. Yes, I know that is treating yourself versus paying yourself. Treating yourself is, I do that. When I get paid, man, I'm tired of cooking. Um, I don't want what I have in my refrigerator. I want the ambiance. I want to be waited on, and I want a nice meal. All right. Hey, you're entitled. All right. But now, these days, and I got to be real with you, these days right here, my nigga, a play off of Cat Williams, must respect. All right. But this right here is you cannot keep doing that. That's $100 almost a pop to go out. Now I'm a bachelor. Now, for me being a bachelor, and I'm trying to be vegan. Vegan is no meat, no dairy products containing meat, nothing. It's basically you're eating vegetables, tofu. Shouts out, I love tofu. All right. But the thing is, as me as a bachelor, I can't go. Well, I'll spring this in. I can't go to a grocery store and buy a bunch of fruits and vegetables and think they're going to last me for 2 weeks. I'm going to have to freeze some, but then you have to know some things you cannot freeze. I froze kale. And after I ate kale in my blender, it was so stringy and it was just not cool for me. All right. So you have to really do your research when it comes to being a vegan, especially a bachelor or bachelorette when it comes to being a vegan, because you have to look at how you can stretch your vegetables and stretch your fruits. All right. Fruits are to me are more easier to freeze than vegetables are. Now there's a thing called dry freeze where you can put them in the suction and all that. Hey, look into that. Look into that, but and this is what I say because we're in America. We're used to eating how we want to eat. All right. And that can cost us a lot of money. Look, I know cats, females who and even guys, I'm not cooking. Shit, you're eating out every day a week. Let's say for 2 weeks. We're talking almost $100 a pop for a day. Seven, we're talking $1,400 in 2 weeks. Um, I'm not getting no props for this. I'm not saying it's where you should go, but I'm gonna try Hello Fresh and see how that works. And from right now, from what my girlfriend's telling me, and I understand this, it's about $60 a week, and that's for two people. Let's go $70 max a week for two people. Okay, so we're looking at what 104 1,400 every 2 weeks, and then we're looking at 21 or 24 a month. All right, okay. Now, I want you guys to stop in and do your homework as far as that concern about eating uh, vegan or vegetarian. See how much that's going to cost you. But I am trying. What we're going to do, and I just got back from a doctor's appointment, and I stopped and got something to eat, and then I came home, and the bill was actually almost $100 for me and my girlfriend to sit there and eat. All right. So now the thing is, what do you want in the long run? Okay. You're gonna go out and eat. All that money it can save you if you plan to eat. All right, let me get off of that because honestly, I was not going to come up here and talk at this later hour. I was waiting to see if anybody shows up, and then we'll wrap about this. Anybody have questions? But the title is the importance of you budgeting yourself. So tomorrow, I got to try to squeeze this in. I got a busy schedule tomorrow, but we're going to talk about the importance of you budgeting. No matter how much money you make, you can still get a hold of a financial person that will help you plan for your future. Look, you don't have to be at a 700 FICO. You don't have to have 30, 40, 50,000 in the bank to have a financial person come and help you manage your budget. All right. Because I know somebody got concerned about what's the cost of having that. What's the cost of? We're going to talk about that too. All right. So I can do that. Cost of having it. So no, because I talk to people who are in the groove with this. So I need you to get on board with as well. Um, how to utilize options that you have around you that can help save you, especially my veterans, retired, active duty. We're going to talk about how there's certain mechanisms that you can use to help you manage your financial situation and bring it better for you in the future. Now, what I mean better for you in the future is having some money that you can lean back on, having some money that you can buy a house on, having some money to where you just buying a credit card to upgrade your FICO scores or your credit. We're going to talk about that. Now, I was supposed to come on at about 3 o'clock, and maybe some of you guys, I know it's probably pretty late. It's 7 o'clock, and on the East Coast, 9, 10, 10 o'clock. You're still rolling. We'll talk about that. We're also going to talk about getting proper financial advice, and actually what you should be looking for when getting financial advice. Now, I'm going to have some people with me. We're going to tell you how it helped them getting with the financial advice that they got, how it helped them to move forward with their finances. Now, I'm saying this because, guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, um, you guys, everybody, we're supposed to be in a recession, and it doesn't feel like it, right? But let me tell you this and give you something else to rock with. Listen to the National Public Radio Station and listen to the Wall Street Journal. A majority of people who are making under six figures a year are tapping into their savings account. And when you're tapping into your savings account, you can get penalized. If you on a 401k Roth, you're going to get penalized taking money out prematurely. So with each and every one of you, and this is the statistics, and I always tell people, I said, nobody's going to listen to me because when I'm trying to give them information as far as knowledge, a lot of people want to come to YouTube and go to your YouTube channel and this drama. It's going to be you a part of the drama if you're not trying to look at your financial situation, capitalize off your finance situation, and stop spending with your financial situation. Because there's a lot of people on the East Coast moving close to your town on the West Coast who are doing some foreclosures. People are walking away from their properties now. Now, don't get me wrong, because right now is a seller's market. This time next year, I got a feeling it's not going to be that way. Now, it's going to be interesting because all these presidential nominees and who are in the White House, they want to talk about how it's not going to be this way. They're not telling you a lot of the stuff. Look, you guys and girls, you live in the streets, and I don't mean the streets as poor. You are seeing things around you, what's going on. And so I would say this, because honestly, I'm looking for a house when this market becomes a buyer's market. Now, how do I go about doing that? Is knowing what my financial situation is, how to properly budget my money, knowing how I can save my money. All right. So this is what I'm trying to invoke a bee in your bonnet, a thing in your head. Start paying attention. Don't always say in martial arts, it's not react, it's think and act. And in martial arts, that's why you get more proficient at what you were doing. So when the time comes that you are confronted with this challenge, you're not reacting, you're thinking and you are acting. All right. It's like if you're going to hit me, I have to know where it's coming from. I'm already thought about that and I'm already thinking about and coming at you, thinking, then acting, not reacting. Reaction is when you go and turn on the money channel on the news and you go, whoa, I didn't know that. You're starting to think. You're not thinking, you're just reacting, because once you see it on the news, it's already been said. These things has already been discussed. It's like, break it down like this. If a crime happens in your street, and then later on you see it on the news, you're like, I was there, already seen that, already knew what happened. I saw them when. So you're already knowing this before it gets to the TV. So I want you guys to understand that. 1 second here. I'm talking so much, I'm talking my mouth dry. So what I want to talk to you about, and I want each and every one of you to start thinking 5 years from now, Where do you want to be? Right? Okay. I'm talking mentally, spiritually, financially, and I would say some for the physical, but the physical touches too much on the physical gets too much on immediate reaction. Um, when you start thinking about your spirit, and when you start thinking about your finances, when you start thinking about where you would like your head to be, um, 5 years. And think about it, you're going to need your money in check. And to everyone who is under the age of 40 years old, I really want you to take these things very seriously. When I talk about paying yourself, it's putting money away for yourself. When you first get your paycheck, people say do $5 or $10. If you're in that age, I would say if you can, try to put $50, $25 at the minimum every pay period. Put it away where you cannot touch it, where you have no access to it. And we're going to talk about not even just not touching, having access. We want to see you probably put it to a place where your money can grow at 25, that $50, where it can grow every month. We're talking about paying yourself. I want to get you guys hip to this because we're going to get into this. Hey, Patty J's in the house. What's up, beautiful house, my girl? I love seeing you, my girl. Thank you very, very, very much for even being here. And hey, I appreciate you. Here's another young trooper who's got her game on point. She's taking care of her financial situation. She's savvy about it. I ain't gonna put her financial business in the street because I don't want you knuckleheads trying to roll through her, trying to think you can pull up on her. I'm the same way. No, you ain't gonna do it with me. You ain't gonna pull up on me for no bullshit. So the thing is, what we're talking about is getting your financial and your budget in check here. So again, I stepped on here late. I'm trying to be on here at least 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but I had a doctor's appointment today. I got to kick it with my girlfriend for lunch, and was cool about that. And thank you. So the thing is, I want to get what you guys can talk about. I mean, this is where the Seattle Black veteran is being blessed with people around me who are into that particular thing of growing your wealth. And it's the thing is getting you out of the mindset of that I mean, look, some of us are in the mindset it's only thing we can do is own a apartment building. Are we just renting an apartment building like I am? Renting like I am. You can be owners of places to help get you into a better position. The thing you have to focus is on financing, having enough money to take care of the monthly payment. Now, I told you guys I wasn't going to get that much in depth in it because actually this is way later than I was supposed to be on. And so um, the quickest thing, and if I pick up some more tracks and I'll stay on here, but I only got a few minutes. Thing I want you guys to think about, and I want to come and rap to you about probably it's going to happen tomorrow. I have another a doctor's appointment with my acupuncture person tomorrow, and I'm looking for the results of that. We'll get into that. So what we're talking about is important of you budgeting your finance, utilizing your community or exchange stores, how you can use uh, these things that you already have privilege to, but some of us don't even pay attention or notice it. So we're going to talk about that. And we were jotting this down. Also, um, I'm going to see, and I'm not going to recommend anybody right at this point, but I want to see each and every one of you trying to get to a financial advisor because they can help you map out the road of where you want to be. Now, look, if any of you kind of like me, so I don't want to be mapped out and told me that I'm totally sucking and I got to work 3 or 4 jobs to get to where I need to get. No, you won't hear that type of information. We're talking about you making the money that you make and utilizing that money to work for you. Now, I want you to understand this. If you ever watch the stock exchange in the United States, it closes at a certain time. But there's foreign markets that stay open while we're closed. And that's probably where a thing you might want to invest your money in some of the foreign market things. I'm not pushing you out there to do it because I'm not telling you where to place your money because I am not a financial advisor. What I'm saying is this is a space you might want to look into. Your money should be working for you 24 hours a day. Your money is not like you. Your money doesn't need sleep. You earn that money, you put that money to work and have that money working in foreign markets for you, have that money working for you. So the thing is, I'm looking at the camera and I'm going, I want to go clockwise, not counterclockwise. So I don't get it, whatever. I'll do it in my thing here. I think it's clockwise, clockwise, clockwise. But you want that money working for you 24/7. I'm going to talk to you about that. I'm going to talk to you about local money that you can keep in your pockets. And like I said, I want you guys to hit me up. Right now, I went out to the gas station and this was at, I don't know if you guys have Safeway. We have Safeway up here and they have a gas station. Normally I go to Costco because Costco is going to be way cheaper. But I would suggest you go there. But right up here right now, it's $25 and 20, almost 24, 25 cents a gallon. I think that's for regular. It's not even a premium if you're spending on that. So uh, you got to look at how much your gas tank can hold. And, mine's is I think 13, 14 gallon tank. So how many gallons times $5? That's how much I'm getting off of. And we didn't talk about the $25, 25 cents after that. And so after 4 gallons, that dollar's adding up. We know this. All right. So we're going to talk about this. And you know what? I think I'm going to get into this right now. I'm going to get this out of the way. No, I got to get you. Okay. All right. So, yeah, I got people here on this side of the town and it's getting dark and, they're not used to it, don't like it. And so I got to get them in. Okay. So what I'm going to do tomorrow, like I said, we're going to talk about improving your budget. We're going to talk about utilizing all the social things, domestic and foreign, to help you get your money at the maximum use. We're going to talk about how you should look for, and I think you should, but we're going to look for how you should look for and whether you should look for a financial advisor to help you get your stuff in point. We're going to talk about wills. Wills, which I think is very important for each and every of us to have it. I know if you're in the 40, you're like, wills, what the fuck I need about a will? Hey, life is not guaranteed from day to day, right? I'm blessed to be talking with you now to be real about it. All right. So we're going to talk about money and we're going to talk about, you know, um, uh, I want to talk to you about entrepreneurs as well. I didn't put this in my category, but entrepreneurs are people who say, I want to work for myself. I think I have a skill set to where I can work for myself, and I have a skill set where I can work for myself and bring money, capital in. All right. A lot of us say, I'm comfortable with doing my job the way I'm doing my job. I get that guaranteed every 2 weeks, every 4 weeks. And I can understand it because being an entrepreneur, you better be on top of your game because it'll be some couple of weeks that you don't make no money for yourself. You're making money to keep the operation going. But it's a whole different thing too. Let's say you get into flipping homes. You get into a home and you got to keep it moving, 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 or you got to keep it rented, rented, rented. There has to be an income because a lot of people cannot pay for two homes at the same time. So I understand how that can be kind of stressful, and I understand, the situations with that. I move it into entrepreneurship, and I have to do what I need to do, and I won't say that I have to do what's important that needs to be done. If I cannot determine the importance of what needs to be done, and I'm looking at capital more than that, um, when it comes to the social media. I got to check myself, but honestly, I understand this. I had to look at capital because they got a crew. I had to look at capital is because I have rent, I have electricity. All this stuff is not free. Now, I can sustain this by myself, but I've never seen a business move forward with just one person. All right. And you're gonna have to watch who you trust and who you deal with when it comes to your money, when it comes to the whole bottom line. You have to look at that. All right. So I got two beautiful people in the room, and you know what? I think I'm gonna give you my best what I can give you now because I'm gonna get off here in 5 minutes. Okay, so real quick for you guys to know, and I'm gonna recap this. When we talk about the importance of your budget, we're talking about your money. We're talking about how much money you make in your 2 week. Let's give it 2 weeks. I would give it a month, but let's give it every 2 weeks, as most people are getting paid on 2 weeks. So the question is, when you first get paid, how much money do you put towards yourself? And when I talk about towards yourself, like I said, it's not about taking you out to dinner or going out to a concert. We're talking about money you put in for savings for yourself. Do you have an account set up to where it's different from your checking? So when you go into it, even if you got to get another card, that you cannot take money away from that card. Okay. So you need to put some money in, pay yourself. If you want to go out, great. Now, I'm going to tell you a caveat to that. I don't know if it's still in effect with taxes, but the thing is, let's say you have an own business. You are trying to get your business off the ground. Now, I say, well, I'm trying to get my business off the ground. Honey, let's go to lunch. My honey goes to lunch with me. We have lunch. I can write that off, especially when she's advising me or he's advising you on your business. Advisory person on your business. Let me give you another one that you just actually start doing. Whenever you decide to get a business, if you're going to use your car as a point to get you from A and B to that business, B and C to any of that business, the first thing I would say is get you a business card, credit card for your own business. If you're not able to get that card, go and get your car tuned up. You're going to get tuned up. They're going to give you the mileage on when you tune that car up, and they're going to tell you what the conditions of your car is. But you notice you got that, let's say 2023, you just got your car tuned up. You used your car for a business. At the end of the year, when you pay your taxes, go get it tuned up again. You're going to have the mileage that you use on that car. Any kind of maintenance that you use on that car will be between that scope. If you have a business card, now for all my veterans who are out there, I'm not getting paid for this. I'm not saying it's the best, but for me, it's been the best. Get you an account at the Naval Federal Credit Union. Now, I'm going to give you some real facts here. I said 5 minutes. Give me 10. Real facts here. How many of you guys heard of Best Buy? There's a Best Buy up here in Washington. Their blue and white logo. They talk about all the electronics that they have. Your man in Seattle veteran had a $3,000 credit limit with those guys. I bought Mac Pros from these guys. I got MacBooks from these guys. But when I asked them to extend my credit, they gave me the big number one, right? So I said, okay. I went to the Federal Credit Union. My FICOs are in the sevens, or high 60, early sevens. They gave me a credit limit for 10, or 5. Oh, so I got a credit limit for $5,000 with a less interest rate than what it was to have a credit card from Best Buy. You kick Best Buy to the curve. They want you to have that paid off in a year. And if you don't get it paid off in a year, they stack all the interest rates on you. And plus, they will not give you an extension of credit. Not that I care about it or need it, but I'm utilizing that Navy Federal credit card. I got acupuncture coming up here. And I'm going to talk to you guys about that too on a later video. But I got acupuncture coming up here, so I'm paying it with them, and I'm going to pay them off right at the end of the month. I think it's $90. Boom, boom, pay them off. FICO scores are going to be climbing. Your FICO scores will be climbing. All right. So when we're talking about budgeting your money, how do you lose money? Get you, I know, a sound investment. I went off of Warren Buffett's mouth, and I wish I had my phone in front of you. I will show you an investment that I made, and Warren Buffett says, "Look," and it's the umbrella is what I made the investment with. I'll share it with you. Underneath this umbrella of these people who are investing in, I did it $41.16 a share. You have Microsoft, you have Mac, you have Comcast under there, you have Tesla under there. So, and I'm just giving you 4 because it's like 5 more. If any of those fall, the other 3 are going to make money. If Tesla starts leaking on their money, Microsoft, Mac, telecommunication, Comcast. And I want you guys and girls to understand, look at telecommunications, look at minerals. I am not an investment guru. Please believe me. I put $3,000 in Lyft, and it was $89 a share when I bought them. You know how much they look now? Go look on your phone and stop laughing at me so hard, okay? But you go look it up. I'm not going to look it up for you. You can laugh at me. But this stuff is ridiculous, right? So that's an IPO. I want you to understand what IPOs are. You go and look that up. I'm giving you your homework. Okay, we're talking about this. Okay, so let's get into real quick. And I'm gonna get into it more in depth. A lot of cats are not going to show up, and I'm not mad at that because they're sleeping on it. By the way, if you like, please like and subscribe. Give me your information if you feel that I am not correct on some things, that we can have this conversation to get each other on point. So what I want you guys and girls to understand, this is not just about me and what I am. I'm lifted through this. I'm trying to help you so you don't have to live through the I got to be careful about my language in there. I'm trying to keep it G-rated. Be careful about the crap, and don't be fed no BS by somebody. All right, so we talk about utilizing what you have that's right in front of you. If you're a Costco member, go get your gas from Costco. It'll be the cheapest run that you're going to run in if you are in that near area. I go over to what we have Safeway over here. You can use your Safeway points or whatever. Fred Meyer's up here in Washington. You can use your Fred Meyer's point, but Costco just costs you a membership. Get all those points that you're getting. You have a membership, and you're going to get that gas cheaper over there. Even now, let me tell you this. I talked to some people who shop on post for their gas, Navy, Army, Marines, Air Force, and they say that gas is expensive as well. We're looking at almost $5. Well, we're looking at $5 a gallon, period, up in Washington State. You're looking at $5 a gallon plus $5.25. Now, $5.25 to take a fill up a 13-gallon, 14-gallon tank. You do the math. Fucking ridiculous. All right. Now, if you're not thinking about it, see, I'm a vegan, so now I'm turning vegan. I'm eating chicken still, and I do like a little cheese with my wine. But looking at what you eat, where just sit down yourself and go, if I shop over here, if I shop over here, and I shop over here, who is going to be the cheapest for what? Now, let me give you this. I used to go to shop at Walmart all the time for my hygiene. I just shop at them for nothing else because to me, Walmart I never seen them giving some really funky, beautiful produce. And produce is important to me. And when you see the majority is on retail and not on groceries, okay, you have to do what you got to do. But let me say this. I used to go there and shop and get my body oils, my shaving creams, underarm deodorant because it was cheapest there. And I used to go shop at maybe Fred Meyer's or maybe I said maybe Fred Meyer's up here to get my smaller bulk groceries. But when I went over to Costco and me being single, okay, if you're gonna go to Costco and you're gonna be single, even if you have a couple of kids, the toilet paper and the paper towels is a must. If you're a bachelor, you got toilet paper that probably lasts you for a lifetime, right? I mean, 2 or 3 years, unless you just really be scared the shit out of something and just, we all have our own issues when it comes to, and paper towels as well. Paper towels. I shopped at some cheaper places, but when you get cheap paper towels, you know that. And I'm gonna tell you, a cheap paper towel is when you go to tear it off, and it should tear through the streams that's supposed to tear it, but it doesn't tear, and you still have almost like a half a paper towel. Those are cheap paper towels. I don't care. I'm not saying brawny or whatever. I'm just saying when you want to get your paper towel, boom. All right. So when we talk about this too, it's fine. It's where you're gonna get your stuff from. Commissary, the PX, and exchange. If you're close to any one of those, and I would say this too, especially if anybody who likes to drink beer like I do. Um, and if you're close to a base, go get you a rack. It'd be cheaper than going to another place. When it comes to your gas, you can shop on Post. I would say on Post or Costco. Those are my top two contenders. You make your choice of what that is. Okay, so on Post, Costco, shopping it there. No, and we need to talk about now, moving forward, investing in your retirement. That's where I started off talking with you. Investing in your retirement is every time you get paid, especially if you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. I don't care. Start putting money away in your retirement. The thing that we don't think about is this: I'm not going to retire. No, people don't think they're going to ever retire. What the fuck? You're going to retire, but I got my own house. I got on this. If you're doing all this high combat stuff, it's going to become a time where you're going to need assisted living, because we do have a value towards life. I hope you do, because I do. And I want to give you value towards your life so you can keep pushing it well past your 60s. All right. So you look into that. All right. How much do you, what is a credit score and what does it mean to you? Now, I'm a veteran, 100% veteran. When I get a house, I don't have to pay all the upfront costs. I don't have to pay any of that stuff. I can move in the house with putting nothing down and not contributing towards anything. The veterans situation will help me with that. Okay, let's say I'm not there. Oh, good Lord, I'd be in trouble because I didn't carefully plan. I didn't have nobody to help me carefully plan. So, how do you plan? Like we said, start putting money away each and every payday. When you get a pay increase at your job, take that pay increase and put it towards your retirement. You've already got discipline on that pay scale. I know we all want a better car. We all want better things in our life, but we're not looking for what we actually need. We know this. The biggest expense that you will have in your life is what? A house and a car. I want to help eliminate you from the car so we can say to the people trying to fleece us out of money, a car is a point to get you from A and B and back. Now, if you have to be impressive with your car and you actually need that BMW, Mercedes, Range Rover, I would strongly suggest uh, doing your homework. There's a guy, his name is Lucky something, and I don't know him, but I always check him out when he talks about cars, and talk about how they decrease. And he did one thing talking about a BMW. If you buy a BMW that's used, I always say this: it's not the case of obtaining, it's the case of maintaining. Can you afford the maintenance on that car when it goes in? Do you understand? For a car, a BMW minimum, you're gonna have to put Michelin tires on that minimum, and the Michelin tires for each tire on a BMW. I'm gonna go six. No, we're gonna go below 650. So 650i is jumping to another range. Below a 650i, you're gonna be dropping $200 to $300 per tire, right? From the Seattle Black veterans perspective, um, I mean, I know people who got, hey, but their car's paid off. If you get your car and it's your BMW, Audi, and you can pay it off, maybe, but still, almost $600 a tire. $600 for your whole car to be put in. If you go to Costco, they will not take your back tires or front tires and put them on the back. Um, they want your heaviest. So if I got front wheel drive, that's where my most meaty tires is gonna be because they're gonna be the drive on the car. If you have an all-wheel drive, check with your people from Costco if you're dealing with those guys and see how they would ask you to spin on new tires and why they want you to spin on new tires. What tires go better in the front or go better in the back? All right. Just a little bit of info. I'm getting way out carried off. I was supposed to be done here a minute ago. Sorry, sweetheart. Okay, but okay, so this is a thing too. So when it comes to shopping or whatever, um, me and my girl was talking about this earlier. We're looking at Peloton. Um, why would you get Peloton when you can pay a lower fee? And I'm not smashing at Peloton. They're probably working themselves out. But when the pandemic was there, you get a lot of people tuning in, and they were working out from home. But the thing is, too, and I'll give you a really kind of twist on this. If you're going to go to Peloton, or if you're going to go to the gym and say, I'm not going to Peloton, I can go and I can get my bike, I can get my weights, I can get my sauna and all that on. You have to look at whether your fears too is the COVID or whatever. Because I always say this: if you guys look at the stock with AMC, for me, and I'm not saying this for you, but this is for you. When I say this, is why I mention this, because you're investing in what you do. You're going to invest in, if you, like, for example, you got Tide, you're not going to go and spend all your money in gain as far as investment. If you do, you're going to change your investments for its gain. But if you're doing Tide, you're going to keep invested in Tide, and you're going to look at the outcome of it. Okay, so but if you are looking at, like, I know Cat, he owns a lot of stock in AMC. For me, I'm not going to AMC. And this is me, because I don't want no funky ass chairs that I'm sitting in where somebody's been sweating in all this time. And most of those chairs are cloth. I'm not going to go in there where my feet are sticking to the floor. I'm not going to go and pay all this high price for popcorn and soda. Now, you guys understand, popcorn and soda are in the same pretenses because it's corn syrup. Okay, I'm not going to go pay all that. These are, and then also, I'm not going to pay where I might get a chance to somebody, a vigilante rolling up in the spot and want to try to take me out. So I'm not going to rock with. I'm not going to rock with that. So my thing is, I'll go and pay $2,000 to get my Bose sound system set up, and I can go and drop another whatever 2 or 3 to get me a 60-inch wide TV. I got all my stuff at my home, and then if I decide I want to have a beer or so, I'm not paying these prices like they charge in California to have a beer while you're in a theater leaning back on some chairs where somebody's been sweating their ass off, and then you get your feet stuck to the floor, and then all of a sudden you go, yeah, you hear where I'm coming from there? Temperature's going up. Don't need that. I can rock with it at home. All right, so we're going to get into what I'm going to talk to you guys tomorrow about is your FICO scores. We're going to talk about how looking to invest in a person, a financial investor. Most of our minds are not equipped to, why do I need a financial investor? Why, when I can do this? Somebody's sharp with money who's not going to try to take all your money. We need to get them in there. Some people told me, you know why they call them brokers? Because they're broker than you, right? So take it for where you're gonna get it. But we're gonna get you on a point to where um, I want to get you tightened up with your money. And honestly, I'm gonna tell you, this is where the Seattle Black veterans going to. I want to have my house, and I want to have my house within the next year, year and a half. So, what do I have to do that? I have to look at that, and what I do that is not sacrificing my soul. It's giving me some love, but it's getting some love. So we're gonna teach you how to do that, those things. Or we're gonna talk to you. I'm not gonna teach you. I'm gonna talk to you about the things that I've been through, and I really want to hear your. I want to hear what you think. So hit me up. You see it across the bottom there. It's Seattle Black Veteran or the Seattle Black Vet at gmail.com. And we're gonna talk with this, and we're gonna talk about life insurance, car insurance. I'm gonna tell you where I deal with my car insurance, what I do with my life insurance. I'm gonna talk to you about who I am considering getting a financial investor, a financial advisor to help me get through where I am. And let me tell you guys, look, I'm not destitute. I used to be homeless, and I'm no way means destitute. I have a beautiful view out my bedroom window. I get the waking up to the fucking train. I mean, this nice train that I don't like, but um, I have all this beautiful things. But things are things. We need to get you where I want you guys and girls to understand. If you're not 50 years old, you're not 40 years old, are you in your early 40s? You really need to pay attention to this because I want to get my place and I want to be where I want to be. But we're going to get there. Okay, guys and girls, I'm gonna let you guys rock and roll and do what you gotta do tomorrow. Um, geez Louise. Oh man, I gotta come see my friend Patty. I got doctor's appointment tomorrow. I gotta see my girlfriend. Okay, so we're gonna work all this out, and we're gonna get here and get you guys some beautiful information. And just stay tuned and stay with me. Remember, hit the like and subscribe. I appreciate each and every one of you who showed up here. And I know I came here way late, but we're gonna get you guys back. I love you very much. I am the Sailor Black Veteran. I wish you nothing but happiness, health, mentally, spiritually, and physically. May you be free from anger and free from pain. And may the beautiful blessings that's in your mind always walk with you. Love you guys. Take good care. I am the Sailor Black Veteran. Once again, I am out of here. You guys take